Hi guys, welcome to another art lesson. It's going to be a messy one, so make sure you've got some stuff on the table to protect it. You'll be needing some washing up liquids, some paints, some water, some bowls and some straws. Now if you haven't got straws, don't panic. You could use rolled up cardboard or even the outside of a pen. You just take the insides out the pen and that makes a very good straw as well. Okay, so Molly's going to help us out again today. She likes doing some art with me. And the first thing she's going to do is she's going to paint a tree, and it's going to fill the whole page. So we don't want a little tree. We want a quite nice big tree. Browns and yellows are good. So she's painted the trunk, and then she's going to put some branches in. If you can, make sure the branches get thinner as they get further out. And there we go, there's Molly's tree. Now you need to put that to one side because we're going to need that in a little while. Now we're going to have a little bit of a play. You're going to need some fairy liquid, a fairly good glug, and some paint. And a little bit of water, but only too much. Molly and I had to play around quite a lot and add a little bit more water and a little bit more paint and then a little bit more fairy liquid till we got a bubble mixture that worked really well. So it's only a little dribble of water. And then put your straw in, give it a mix round. Don't make it frothy because the froth doesn't work terribly well. And then blow until the bubbles come out of the cup or the bowl that you're using. And this is where it can get messy because it can overflow. Then take a piece of paper and put it on the bubbles and leave it to soak the paint up for I don't know, 15 seconds. Again, you need to play around with that depending on what sort of paint you've got. So there we go. It makes a lovely bubbly pattern. Now, have a play with a whole variety of colours, which is what Molly and I did this afternoon. We played with all sorts of colours. And once we've had a play and enjoyed ourselves, we decided we would then use those bubbles to make our tree. So Molly's just blowing up the blue bubbles again. Okay, Molly, it's going to overflow. And then you place your tree on it. And then again, leave it to soak the paint in for a few seconds. Quite often you can see it come through the paper actually. So she's leaving it to soak the paint up and then turning it over. Now this one was a little bit frothy. Don't panic if you get froth. Just use a little bit of kitchen towel and just soak up the extra bubbles. There you go, Molly's just mopping up the bubbles. Now she's going to try some green. What we did discover is actually it's better to use a bowl than a cup because you get a wider spread of bubbles. And there you can see it's starting to look like a tree. Now we used all sorts of colours because you get all sorts of colours in a tree. So if you use things like blues and purples, they can be the blossom. And then use greens and yellows and oranges if you want to. Have a play. So Molly's got some orange going here. And you can overlay the colours one on top of the other. That also works quite well. Go and do some more orange now. So Molly's overlaid one colour with another there. She's leaving the bigger bubbles to pop on their own. If it's frothy, you can take the froth off, but leave the bigger bubbles just to pop on their own. And then we're going to go for some yellow. Use whatever colours you've got. And you might come up with ideas of your own for what you can use the bubbles for. And I've chosen to use it for a tree, but you could come up with all sorts of ideas, all of your own. She's going to put some green on now. We've left the green till last because it's a very dominant colour for our paints. And you wouldn't have seen all the other colours if we'd done the green first. Make sure you hold it on the paint for a little while so it soaks in. And there we go. There's our tree. So just enjoy playing with the paints, and don't forget to send me a picture of yours and I'll put them in the gallery. It'd be lovely to see. And I hope you really enjoyed it. Now, the last thing is make sure you help clear up any mess you make. Okay, take care. See you soon. Bye.